Hi guys and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is our old friend Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and the owner of X, or as it was once called Twitter. Now, why is he our Fool of the Week? Well, because of a comment he made here about two elected officials, one being a congresswoman from Somalia and the other being the mayor-elect of New York City. Have a listen to this.
When people say like this is fake, I'm like, actually, well, let's look at Ilhan Omar, who was voted into Congress by, a large group of people from Somalia who are in Minnesota, which is really far from Somalia. Or Mamdani, who was voted to be mayor, but by a majority of people who are not born in America. That's my understanding, at least. And then California is a big time situation. So I don't know. We just don't want to turn into a communist hellhole, basically.
Communist hell. Okay, I hate interviews with this guy because it's so painful to listen to. Anyway, he's criticizing people for voting for the congresswoman in Minnesota and the mayor-elect of New York City because they were born in other countries. Elon Musk was born in South Africa. Elon Musk is an immigrant. Now, allegedly, he's an illegal immigrant because he entered the country illegally. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a rumor about him. But the two individuals he's talking about, the mayor and at least the mayor, or the congresswoman from Minnesota, her family claimed asylum in the United States in 1995. She has every right, as a naturalized citizen, to run as a congresswoman. She can't become president, as far as I know, but she can be an elected official. She's an elected official. Mamdani is an elected official. Both have a mandate from the public and people who can vote, people who are registered to vote, people who have a legal right to vote. This guy on the screen is an unelected official. He was made an official within Donald Trump's administration, and he was not elected by the people. Nobody voted for him. And he had more power than the mayor of New York or the congresswoman, the head of his Doge department, which cut public funding, which made life for the poorest people in society more difficult. And he was unelected. And he's an immigrant. And he's complaining about immigrants being elected. It's like, the irony is off the scale here. If he at least had been an elected immigrant, he could have some ground to stand on. But he wasn't even elected. Donald Trump appointed him. Then he had a falling out with Donald Trump, and now he's no longer the head of Doge. Or the Doge department has sort of disappeared into the ether. But the fact that somebody from South Africa who arrived in the United States took advantage of the situation that was presented to him and his family is now turning around and saying, well, immigrants, you shouldn't be voting for these immigrants because who do they represent? It's like, who's voting for them? Once again, you were not even frigging elected, and you're criticizing people who have a right to vote for a representative that will represent their interests. These are ordinary people who have a right to stay in the United States, and he's also assuming that everyone who voted for Mamdani or the Minnesota congresswoman are foreigners or immigrants. No, you have no evidence to back up that claim, but he doesn't care, and his supporters don't care. Like, his supporters will not understand the irony of an immigrant complaining about other immigrants. It reminds me of people like Ben Habib. Ben Habib was born in Pakistan, now he lives in the UK, and he keeps complaining about immigration and talking about how people from Pakistan should be sent back to Pakistan. He, of course, excludes himself in that and others on the far right. But, my goodness, is Elon Musk stupid? Or is he a narcissist? Or is he just a really bad person? because he doesn't seem to understand what he's actually saying here. He doesn't understand the irony. And of course, the person interviewing him did not raise any points here because she's just a sycophant, it seems. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next Fool of the Week.